Faria.
Varia? Isn't that the person that I was...
But why are you here? Wait, don't tell me you've given up on the crown contest and come crawling back home from Dana already. Nothing to say? Even though you were willing to kill Tarnagin to secure your position as Lord, you still...
Kill?
I'm here to take care of something. If you wish to continue this conversation, I only ask that you wait until I'm finished.
Oh, of course. You always did prefer to take the coward's way out. Even after 7 years and living on that Dahnan rock, you haven't changed one bit. But let me tell you, I haven't changed either. Not a day's gone by the past 7 years that I haven't hated you.
If killing me will bring you peace, then so be it.
Dohalim, what the hell are you saying?
First, I have business to take care of. If it's vengeance you seek, I will grant you it. But you must wait. My sins are legion. Let me finish what I came to do. Then you have my word. I will let you do whatever brings you peace.
Sure, that's it. Run away like always. You don't even have the courage to die. No wonder you leave it to someone else. You're just a coward!
Dohalim.
I apologize that you had to witness that.
Is it true? What she said about you killing someone?
Each of us have our pasts. I am no exception.
Before, back in Menancia, you mentioned having taken a friend's life over the throne. Is that what she meant?
The mistakes I made there were not my first, and may not be my last. I will say no more.
Did you mean what you said? About letting her take your life if she wanted to?
She has more right to my life than anyone.
But you can't just...
Whatever happens, I have sworn to put an end to the crown contest, and to ensure continued coexistence in Menancia. I have no intention of expiring before I do so. There are far too many questions I still seek answers to. Besides, you have just as much reason to kill me as she does.
Dohalim!
Forgive me. Some things are best left unsaid.
place is beautiful.
Yeah, it must be some sort of rest and leisure area for the locals.
You think? Man, these Renan sure know how to live it up, don't they?
Is something the matter, Dohalim?
Before I went down to Dana, my friends and I, we used to gather at this very spot and play music together. Avakir, Faria, and Tarnagin. That was a lifetime ago now.
Tarnagin. He was the one that Faria mentioned, right?
He was once my dearest, closest friend. As well as Faria's betrothed. Despite Faria's lower-class upbringing, she possesses a tremendous talent for music. Entranced by her playing, I helped her overcome her sense of inferiority and introduced her to Tarnagin and Avakir. It was a time of great joy. 4 people bound only by their love of music, with no care for social standing. Only the next song, the next melody.
A friendship based on mutual respect, and a society where everyone is a prisoner to their social class. You really are different, Dohalim.
I suppose it's natural you would see it as strange.
I would have, once. Now, I think the idea of breaking away from society's constraints and choosing your friends based solely on affection is something beautiful that's worth cherishing. Besides, it was that way of looking at the world that laid the foundations for coexistence in Menancia.
Your praise does me too great an honor. I was merely following the wishes of my own heart. And even then, it only lasted until the crown contest began. After that, Tarnagin and I became fierce competitors for the position of Lord. Tarnagin had fallen for Faria. By becoming Lord, he aimed to wrest her from her humble origins and raise her to the highest echelons of society. But fate was not so benevolent.
What happened?
Tarnagin was no match for me in combat. On a level playing field, he wouldn't have stood a chance. But he was desperate and low on options, and he couldn't stand the thought of defeat.
You mean he resorted to dirty tactics to try to win, right? But then why does Faria think... Wait, don't tell me she doesn't know.
How could I tell her? Combined with the trauma of losing her beloved, and by her friend's hand, no less. She would have been devastated.
So instead you let her go on hating you, so she could use that hate as a crutch for her grief?
That's not the same as running away, though.
It is exactly the same. Unable to face the loss of my friend and the burden of my duty, instead I decried my fate and looked away from what I'd done. As for what happened after, that you already know.
But if you hadn't become Lord, Menancia wouldn't be what it is now. The Danans there would still be suffering under Renan oppression like before.
Shion's right. What other lord would have treated me as you did? Anyone else and I would have been dead long ago. You've saved so many people, Dohalim. You saved me. It's thanks to you that I'm here today. So, try not to blame yourself. The burden you've placed on your own shoulders is too much for anyone to bear.
Frank as always. But I shall do my best to heed your advice.
Do you think he'll be all right?
Yeah, I think so. He's got Kisara.
It's important to have someone like that.
I didn't realize how difficult it is just to be there for someone.
Sometimes just knowing someone's on your side can be enough. And he knows, Xion. I promise he does.
I hope you're right. Alphen,
Yeah?
I never appreciated until recently just how much you were always there to support me.
It goes both ways. You've helped me keep going more times than I can count.
Maybe, but I still wanted to say thank you.
I see a medic and supply officer over there. If they know you're with me, they'll likely offer their assistance.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
This shall suffice. Please, everyone, have as much as you like.
Wow, that's some weird-looking meat you're cooking up there. What is it exactly?
That would be grilled rapig.
What?
Whoa there! What's the big brouhaha?
It's Rapig! How could you cook something with such cute little eyes? What did it ever do to you?
I fail to see what the problem is. Rapigs are perfectly edible creatures. Having said that, I do realize it's become rather rare to eat them lately. What with people increasingly embracing them as pets and companions.
They definitely didn't fall out of fashion to eat because of their flavor, that's for sure.
Agreed. Rapigs have tender, fatty meat. The taste can take some getting used to, but I would argue that's part of its charm.
If the taste is too strong, I imagine you can either just cook it thoroughly or simmer it with some herbs to mask it.
Indeed. At first I wasn't sure whether to smoke it with spices or simmer it in water, but I opted to grill it as is instead.
Seriously, Dohalim? You have the weirdest tastes.
That's probably because when you live the life of a lord, you grow tired of most ordinary cuisine.
So you end up seeking out more unusual food. I don't know if that's good or bad.
Well, putting aside what it used to be, you've got to admit it does look pretty damn good. Meat is meat, after all.
That reminds me, I do believe I once read in a book about rare delicacies, how one can go about preparing an owl. I suppose I won't have the chance to try it anytime soon.
Not with Hoodle, you won't!
You can never be too prepared. But did we have to spend so much?
Damn it. Lenegis soldiers.
Any way we can avoid fighting them?
That all depends on them. Whatever happens, be ready.
Well, so much for them not wanting to fight.
Ho! I am Lord Dohalim of Elden Menencia. I command you.
The rest of the city must be erased.
No. Have they been brainwashed too?
Brainwashed or not, if they want to fight, they got one.
Oh, sparkling stars of light! Rain down!
Too strong!
Split it open!
Be my guest.
Meteor storm! Here's a healing art! Here, let me help. Oh, here's a healing art! Rain down and purify all! Hear my call! Meteor storm! Obtain between heaven and earth. A wailing dancy of lightning! Divine savior! Oh, sparkling stars of light! Rain down and purify! Alton, astral energy!
Say no more.
Glacial spear! Pierce the sparkling stars! Rain down and purify!
Those soldiers seem different from the citizens we've come across so far.
Yeah, they weren't big talkers, that's for sure. They just attacked without warning.
They weren't in the least bit fazed by Dohalim's presence either.
Indeed. They seem to recognize us as enemies, nothing more. And yet, traditionally, Lenegis hasn't been high on threats. A few frenzied Zeugles during experiments here and there, but not much else.
Their glazed-over eyes reminded me of the soldiers and slaves we met back in Ganath Haros. The ones in blind devotion to Volron.
I've never seen anything like that here on Lenegis before.
Maybe someone doesn't want us here, and the soldiers are their way of letting us know.
What with the Red Woman, the Sovereign, and Volron, we're starting to develop quite the growing list of adversaries. At least we'll know to keep our wits about us.
Forgive you! Stars of light! Rain down and purify all! Lunar corruption! Lunar blast!
Resonate with the earth! Your reflexes will not serve you well here.
A wailing dandy of lightning!
Bloody howling!
On your
Savior! Sweet dreams! Sparkling stars of light! Rain down and purify all!
It's too fast.
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Meteor storm!
Begin!
Oh, sparkling stars of light! Rain down and purify all! Back into the fray!
Vacuum blade.
On your power of water! Meteor storm! Reload! Hit! Here's another!
I'm ready.
Full Dohalim!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Stars of light! Rain down and purify all! Spear! Here's the evil!
Radiant
Meteor! I think I'll pass on the hammer!
Demon Pass!
Radiant!
Lunamongo!
Oh, sparkling stars of light! Rain down and purify all! Lightning! Meteor storm! A chain between heaven and earth! A wailing banshee of lightning!
Sorry if you picked the wrong fight.
Divine savior! Oh, sparkling stars of Get there! Divine Savior! Here, let me help. Being interrupted. Meteor storm! Negative date! Here! Illuminate the dark! Come forward! Deliver! Holy Land! All disasters made one! Come forth and heal the purity! Maelstrom!
Regenerate! See what I can do! A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Oh, sparkling stars of light! Rain down and purify all! Pierce evil! Freeze Lancer! Meteor storm! The waters of creation! Dance, immortal droplet! Tidal wave! Flame of spirit! Burning strike! Glacial spear! Pierce evil! Oh, sparkling stars of light! Rain down and purify all!
They smite the blackened blade!
Ready to go! Let the marksman handle it! Meteor storm!
Shockwave strike!
Step into the fray!
Shattering the pieces!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Benediction
This
light.
should do it!
First aid!
Finish it!
Xion, astral energy! Full throttle!
That was a little close for comfort.
Go no further!
Swallow blade! For my lord!
Resonate with the earth!
Meteor storm! You think that shield will save you?
I see what, eh?
Healing circle!
Swallow blade!
Radiant
The enemy wields arts too.
We'll soon see about that! Oh, sparkling stars of light! Rain down and purify all! Meteor storm!
Another incantation ruined.
Oh, sparkling stars of light! Rain down and purify all! Flame of spirit!
Bloody
Meteor storm!
Out of the way!
Oh, sparkling stars of light! Rain down and purify all!
Devastation! Double Demon Fang!
Meteor storm!
Flaring to me.
Yeah! And the bubble is right! The waters of creation! Dance, immortal droplet! Reload! Tidal wave! I'm ready! Kisara, frozen!
Hammer!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Little help! Hear me!
Now you'll learn!
Take this! Captivity!
Tidal wave! Flame of spirit! Burning
I won't show you any mercy!
The waters of creation!
Double Demon Fang!
Dance, immortal droplet! By the power of water! Tidal wave! Flame of spirit! Burning strike! Pierce evil!
Captivity!
Freeze Lancer! Raging storm! That's my cue!
Shut him down! Demon Fang! Strike Spear! Dragon Swarm! Finish it!
Xion, astral energy! Full throttle! Take cut! One more! Watch them all disasters made one! Come forth and healing the purity!
Finish it!
Maelstrom!
All yours, Kisara!
We can really make weapons with this?
Those soldiers don't seem to have any qualms about attacking on sight.
Is someone making them stand guard over the Forbidden Zone? Coming through!
The waters of creation! Dance, immortal droplet!
I have no
Incantation
limit!
ruined!
I owe you on your
Tidal
Time to
wave!
cross blade!
Between heaven and earth! A wailing banshee of lightning! Divine fate! Oh, sparkling stars of light!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
The waters of creation!
Try this!
Dance, immortal droplet!
Ring!
The waters of creation! Dance immortal grappling! I'm all finally! A chain between heaven and earth! A wailing banshee of lightning! Divine savior!
Can you take it? I'll blind you with the
Sparkling stars! All disasters made one! Come forth, the helix of purity!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Good! I'll leave it to you!
I'm all stuck up!
Do without this pain.
Meteor storm! Will this help?
Double demon fang! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Demon fang!
I'll heal you all! Here's another! Illuminate the helix! Magic is there! Holy land! One more!
Try this!
Blah, blah, blah! Here, let me help! Holy land! First aid! You get the gist. Here I go! Holy land!
Be still! Rising Falcon! Tear! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy glimmer! Holy land! Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy glimmer! Holy land! Blah, blah, blah! Magic! Holy land!
I'm ready!
Dohalim!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! They really made us work for that one.
Retreat if you know what's good for you!
Oh, sparkling stars of light! How long are we gonna keep this up for exactly?
Bring them down!
Meteor storm! Raging storm! Oh, sparkling stars of light! Rain down in pure fire!
Support!
First aid!
Here I go!
Meteor storm! A chain between heaven and earth! A wailing banshee of lightning!
Nothing back!
Fall back!
Here I come!
Divine savior! A chain between heaven and earth! Flame of fury! A wailing banshee of lightning! Here's evil!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
I'll heal you all! A chain between heaven and earth! Healing circle! A chain between heaven and earth! A wailing banshee of lightning! Divine Here's another glacial spear! Here's evil! Freeze blade! One more!
Finish it!
One last one!
In an instant! Impact block!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Get lost! A chain between heaven and earth! A wailing banshee of lightning! Divine faith! A chain between... I can't let the hatred consume me! A chain between heaven and earth! A wailing banshee of lightning!
Radiant light!
A chain between heaven and earth!
Allow
A
me to help!
wailing banshee of lightning! Divine
I'm ready!
A chain between heaven and earth!
In an instant! Impact block!
A chain between heaven and earth! A wailing banshee of lightning! Divine savior! Let me help! A chain between heaven and earth! A wailing banshee of lightning! Glacial spear! Here's evil! Freeze laser! A chain between heaven and earth!
Finish it!
Oh wait! This one's got your name on it!
Ash to action!
Barely a blip on our radar.
This must be it. The entrance to the Forbidden Zone.
But it's just a wall. How do we get through?
Whoa, we? I thought this was Sovereigns only.
Alphen.
Yes! It opened!
Interesting. If Alphen's presence still opens the way, it would seem the Sovereign of 3 centuries ago and now are considered one and the same.
What?
What the?
Alphen,
You again.
Tomorrow's the spirit channeling ceremony. We'll finally play our parts as the Sovereign and Maiden. How have you been feeling?
What am I sovereign of? Shuffled from lab to lab, always treated like an experiment. Whenever they look at me, all they see is a Dahnan. I don't even know what their precious ceremony's for, let alone what they're going to force me to do as the Sovereign. Tell me, if we're both in the same boat, why do you seem so calm right now?
No choice. Becoming the Maiden's not something I wanted for myself. But they said Rena's prosperity depended on it. How could I say no after that?
Still, as a Renan, at least you got to decide. Good for you. Meanwhile, I was taken from my homeland. You aren't the captive one here.
It isn't right what they did to you, and I'm sorry for what it's worth. When this is over, I swear I'll help you get home. I can't do this alone. One more day.
How could I say no to that? It's not like I have any choice in the matter anyway. So, what's your name?
It's Naori. Naori Imaris. Try to remember this time.
You don't act like them. Like the other Renans, I mean. How come you treat me like a person?
Because you are. It's true we come from different worlds. But neither one of us asked to be here right now. In that sense, you and I are much the same. We couldn't do this. We wouldn't be able to talk to each other as people if we didn't see the humanity in each other. So I suppose the question you should be asking is, why wouldn't I treat you like one?
You're not like the others.
Maybe they're not like me.
Here's what we'll do. We give them their damn ceremony. You get me to Dahna. That'll be the end of it. I'm taking you at your word on this. I'm trusting you, not them. Naori.
What the hell just happened?
That vision. Did everyone else see it too?
That person Alphen was speaking to, she looked exactly like Shion.
It was Naori. Naori Imaris. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
She really does look like Shion. I'm beginning to see why Alphen was so confused.
That's all very well and fine, but what did we just witness exactly? It was too real to be a mere hallucination.
It was a conversation we had 300 years ago. The night before the ceremony.
You mean all of that really happened? We just saw an episode straight out of your past?
But how is that even possible? Unless... Could this be the Red Woman's handiwork too?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
You guys didn't feel it? The moment the entrance opened, it was like a stream of Dahnan astral energy rushing over us.
I felt it too. And not for the first time either. It was the same sensation as back inside the wedge.
That would make sense. After all, vast amounts of Dana's astral energy were being siphoned and sent up here to Lenegus. For all we know, perhaps we're close to the spot where all that energy was stored.
So you think it might have been the energy itself that was responsible for that vision we just saw? But how? And why?
We have no way of knowing. Maybe it's not even as deliberate as all that.
Shion, you okay?
Yeah, it was all just a little sudden, that's all. So that was my ancestor, huh? It was like looking into a mirror.
Yeah, there certainly is a resemblance.
What about you? How are you holding up?
Me?
Even putting aside the question of where that vision came from, it's likely we'll see more of those. Reliving painful episodes from your past. Do you think you can handle it?
I can't just pretend like the past never happened. Besides, if it helps us uncover the truth of what that ceremony really was, it might also lead to answers about your thorns.
Alphen.
That's not all. This whole time, we've been fighting to free Dana from the Renans. But now that we're here, it seems those same Renans might have it just as bad. I'd like to liberate them too if I can. Which is just another reason I can't afford to shield my eyes from the truth.
Whether you're on Dana or somewhere else, you always stay the same. Your indignation and righteous passion, your desire to free and protect, they're all hardwired into you. Not that I'm complaining. Come on, let's bust this thing wide open.
Nobody's here.
Stay sharp. After that last illusion, there's no telling what could happen in here.